Hey everyone, and welcome back. I think a lot of you are really going to be interested in our deep dive today because we're tackling making money online.
It's a hot topic for sure.
It is. And specifically, we're looking at earning apps, but not just the ones you hear about all the time,
Like driving.
Right, or food delivery.
Mm.
We found some really interesting sources while prepping for this, and they highlighted some surprising ways to earn.
It's pretty amazing what's out there now.
Yeah, like imagine turning your crafting hobby into a side hustle.
Or teaching something you're good at from your couch.
Exactly. It's like having this toolbox of income opportunities right in your pocket.
I like that analogy.
Thanks. Okay, so let's start unpacking this toolbox.
All right, let's do it.
First off, we've got those kind of old, reliable apps, the survey and task apps.
Like Swagbucks?
Yeah, Swipebucks, Inbox Dollars, to Luna, that kind of thing.
Yep, earn a little cash while you wait in line or something.
Exactly. But I'm guessing most of you have probably already tried those out, right?
Probably, and honestly, while they're good for a little passive income, they're often oversaturated.
Right.
And the hourly rate can be pretty rough.
Yeah, definitely not going to make you rich anytime soon.
Yeah.
So for anyone listening who wants to maybe level up their earning potential, what would you suggest?
Well, that's where things get interesting. Let's talk about freelancing apps.
Okay.
These platforms like Fiverr,
Oh, yeah, I've heard of Fiverr.
Upwork Freelancer,
Yeah.
they can be a real game changer if you've got a marketable skill.
So we're talking
Writing, programming,
Yeah.
marketing, all sorts of things.
But there's got to be a catch, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
You need to stand out from the crowd. There's a lot of competition on those platforms.
Makes sense. So what's the secret to success then?
Specialization. Instead of being a jack of all trades, you got to become the go-to expert for a specific thing.
So like if you're a graphic designer,
Right. Instead of offering every design service under the sun.
you should focus on something specific.
Exactly. Like creating social media graphics for fitness brands.
Oh.
You're targeting a specific client base and showing off a really valuable expertise.
Okay, so build a strong portfolio.
Yep.
Highlight those 5-star reviews, and boom.
You're the fitness graphic design guru.
Exactly. And speaking of showcasing your talent, let's move on to e-commerce apps.
This is where you can let that inner entrepreneur run wild.
Love it. So what are we talking about here?
Well, Etsy, for example, is amazing for unique, handmade, or vintage stuff.
Etsy, yeah.
Depop is great for trendy secondhand clothing.
Oh, that's a good one.
And then, of course, there's always platforms like eBay where you can sell pretty much anything.
Okay, so let's say I'm someone who loves making jewelry. I could set up my own little shop on Etsy and actually make a profit.
Absolutely. But presentation is key. You need high-quality photos that show off how great your pieces are.
Right.
Compelling descriptions that tell a story, and you gotta have competitive pricing.
So it's like setting up a real store, but online.
Exactly. Make it inviting, professional, and good reflection of your brand.
Basically, channel your inner marketing whiz. Okay, now let's shift gears a bit and talk about something I think a lot of listeners love, cashback and reward apps.
Oh yeah, those are popular.
I'm talking to apps like Rakuten and Dash Honey.
Yep. The ones that give you money back for stuff you'd buy anyway.
It's like finding money you didn't even know you had.
It is, but you gotta be careful.
How so?
It's easy to overspend because you're chasing those rewards.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
End up buying things you don't actually need.
Right. So use these apps strategically and don't blow your budget.
Good advice.
Ah.
Okay, ready to tackle something that might seem a little intimidating. Investing apps.
Ah, yes, investing.
Hmm.
It doesn't have to be just for Wall Street anymore.
That's right.
Apps like Robinhood, Acorns, and Stash have made it much easier even if you're a beginner.
But you got to be careful with those two, right?
Of course. Start small, educate yourself, and remember, investing is a long game.
No get-rich-quick schemes here.
Nope. It takes time.
So do your research before diving in.
Absolutely. Understand the risk and pick investments that match your goals.
Okay, now let's switch gears to something more creative. Content creation and streaming apps.
This is where you can really build an audience.
Right, we're talking YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, really anything where you can share your passion.
Exactly. But it's not as easy as it looks.
What do you mean?
You need to be consistent, post high-quality stuff, and really engage with your audience.
So it's a lot of work.
It is, but the potential rewards are huge.
So maybe not a quick and easy way to earn,
Yeah.
but definitely a path for people who want to build a brand and connect with an audience.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay, now let's move on to something a little more structured, teaching and tutoring apps.
Ah, yes. This is perfect for all the subject matter experts out there.
Right, whether you're a math whiz, like a history buff, or a language guru, there's an app for you.
Platforms like VIP Kid Treg Tutors and Skillshare connect you with students from all over.
Really?
It's true.
Wow. And you can set your own schedule and rates.
You can even create courses to make some passive income.
That's amazing. It's a great way to make money doing something you love and actually helping people.
It is.
Okay, before we move on to the next part of our deep dive, let's wrap up with a category that's a bit more physical, ride-sharing and delivery apps.
Those are the big ones everyone knows.
Yeah, we're talking Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Postmates. They offer a lot of flexibility, and you can get paid right away.
That's true. But you need to think about the costs involved.
Like gas and vehicle maintenance.
Exactly. Factor in those expenses before you hit the road.
Good point. So we've covered a lot of ground already, from surveys to freelancing, e-commerce to ride-sharing, and this is just the beginning. We'll be back in a moment to explore even more ways to make money online.
Stay tuned.
You don't want to miss it. Welcome back, everyone. I got to say, my head's spinning a little bit with all these earning app possibilities.
I bet. There's a lot to take in.
There is, but we're not even done yet. There's a whole other side to this that we haven't touched on.
Yeah, this next section might surprise you. It shows how technology is changing how we think about personal assets and income.
Okay, you've got me intrigued. What are we talking about here?
The sharing economy.
The sharing economy.
Yeah, using stuff you already have and making it work for you.
Okay, give me an example.
Well, your car, for instance. It probably just sits there most of the time, right?
Yeah, most of the time.
But with an app like Turo, you can rent it out to other people when you're not using it.
Whoa, wait, so instead of my car just losing value in my garage, it could be making me money.
Exactly.
That's wild. Are there other examples like that?
Oh, tons. Got a spare bedroom.
Yeah.
Airbnb has totally changed how people think about short-term rentals. You can be a host, welcome travelers into your home.
And make some extra cash.
While sharing your space.
I've thought about that, actually.
Yeah.
And there are those apps like Eat With and Feastly, too, right? Where you host dinner parties.
Yep, for strangers. It's a great way to share your cooking, meet new people, and make some money doing what you love.
That's so cool. And these are just a few examples. I bet there are tons more.
Oh, absolutely. The sharing economy is constantly changing, coming up with new ways to turn your stuff into income.
So it's not just physical things like cars and rooms,
Yeah.
right? You can share your knowledge, too.
You got it. We talked about those teaching and tutoring apps earlier.
Right.
But there's a whole other level to this. Think about platforms like Clarity.fm or Just Answer.
Okay, I'm not familiar with those.
They connect you with people who need expert advice.
So if I'm like a marketing whiz,
Exactly. Or a financial guru, a tech expert.
even a relationship coach,
You can offer consultations to get paid for your time and your insights.
it's like being a consultant on demand.
Pretty much.
That's incredible. And it's not limited to just like traditional expertise, right?
Nope. There are even platforms where you can get paid to answer questions about your hobbies.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many ways there are to make money from what you know.
This is blowing my mind. Okay, so we've got cars, rooms,
Yeah.
cooking skills, expertise. What else can we share for a profit?
Well, how about our smartphones?
Wait, what? Not selling them, right?
No, but actually using them to earn.
You're telling me I can make money just by using my phone.
Not just using it, but there are apps that pay you for things you might already be doing on your phone.
Like what?
Downloading and trying new apps, watching videos, taking surveys, giving feedback on products.
So kind of like those micro-tasking things, but on my phone.
Exactly. Apps like AppNana SlideJoy Pact. They all offer ways to earn points or cash.
For doing those little tasks.
Right. The earnings for each task might not be huge, but it can add up.
Especially if you're smart about it.
Right?
It's like getting paid for stuff you're already doing anyway. I like it. Okay, this sharing economy thing is fascinating, but let's talk about something a little more businessy. Affiliate marketing.
Okay. Yeah.
I know you basically promote other people's products and get a commission, but how does that work with apps?
Affiliate marketing is a great way to make passive income. And yeah, there are apps that make it even easier.
I see.
Think about it. You've probably got a website, a blog, social media, or an email list where you make recommendations. Well, with affiliate marketing, you can actually get paid for those recommendations.
Okay, so how do the apps come in?
There are platforms and networks specifically for affiliate marketing that have apps.
Like what?
Amazon Associates, ShareASale, CJ Affiliate, things like that.
Right.
They make it really easy to find products, track your earnings, and even see what's doing well.
So it's like having your own little affiliate marketing business right there on your phone.
That's the idea. And you can earn a lot depending on your audience and what products you promote.
But it takes work, right? You can't just throw up a few links and
Right.
expect to get rich.
No, definitely not. It takes effort and strategy just like any other business.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But for people who are willing to put in the time, it could be a great opportunity.
It really could. Now, before we move on, I think it's important to talk about the downsides and risks that come with all these earning apps.
Oh, that's a good point.
Uh,
We've been focusing on the positive side, but we need to be realistic too.
exactly. Not all apps are created equal. Some are better than others, and there are definitely scams out there.
Yeah, if it sounds too good to be true,
Yeah.
probably is.
Exactly. Always do your research, read reviews, and be careful with apps that seem too good to be true.
And what about privacy and data security? That's a big concern for me with any app.
It's a valid concern. You gotta protect your personal info and financial data.
So strong passwords, be careful what you share.
And only download apps from sources you trust.
Right. And let's not forget about the time commitment. Some of these apps probably take a lot more time and effort than others.
True. It's important to choose apps that fit your lifestyle and your goals.
Don't try to do everything at once.
Right. Focus on a few that you're really interested in and that work with your schedule.
And remember, success with this stuff takes patience
Persistence.
and a willingness to learn and adapt.
Exactly.
So to sum up this part of our deep dive, I think the key takeaway is that the world of online earning apps is huge.
It really is. There's something for everyone.
Whether you want to share your car, your expertise, your phone's data, or even just your opinions.
It's amazing how technology has created all these new ways for people to make money on their own terms.
It really is. I'm honestly blown away by how many options we've seen. And we're not even done yet. We'll be back in a minute for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll look at some even more unique earning app categories.
You won't want to miss it.
All right, everyone, welcome back. We've covered a ton of earning apps already, from the ones you've probably heard of to some pretty surprising ideas.
And we've saved some of the most unique and niche categories for last.
I like it. Always got to save the best for last, right? So what kind of hidden gems have we got?
Well, let's start with something for those who like to stay active. Get paid to move apps.
Wait, what? You mean I can earn money for working out?
It sounds crazy, but yeah, it's real.
No way. Tell me more.
Okay, so there are apps like Sweatcoin StepBet and Achievement. They actually give you rewards for things like tracking your steps.
Seriously?
Yeah, or hitting your fitness goals, or even doing challenges.
So it's like having a personal trainer, but they pay you instead.
It's not quite the same, but it's definitely a fun way to make a little extra while staying in shape.
How does it even work?
Well, it depends on the app, but basically your activity gets tracked, and then you earn rewards.
The kind of reward.
Sometimes it's cryptocurrency, sometimes gift cards, sometimes cash.
Wow. So maybe not a full-time income, but a nice little bonus.
Exactly. And it's a great way to stay motivated to exercise.
That's awesome. Turning something you enjoy into a way to make money. Speaking of things people enjoy, what about getting paid for your opinions?
We talked about surveys before,
Right.
But this goes beyond that. There are all these market research apps that have more in-depth surveys and focus groups.
So instead of just answering questions about which brand of detergent I like,
You could be giving feedback on new product ideas or even sharing your thoughts on political campaigns.
oh, wow.
Yeah, apps like Respondent User Interviews and Prolific connect you with researchers and companies that need consumer insights.
That actually sounds pretty interesting, especially if you like having your say and maybe influencing new products.
It definitely appeals to some people. Now, this next one might be a little controversial. Have you ever thought about selling your data?
Hold on. Selling my data, like all my personal info.
Not necessarily your personal details. There are apps that let you share anonymized data about your online activity,
Okay.
app usage, or even your location. And in return, you get rewards or money.
I can see how that info would be valuable for research and stuff.
It is, but you'd want to be careful, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'd want to know exactly what they're getting and how they're using it.
You're right to be cautious. Always read the terms and conditions of any app that wants to use your data.
Make sure you understand what you're sharing and how it's protected.
Exactly. It's about making an informed decision.
Okay. Now let's switch gears to something a little more eco-friendly.
Yeah.
What about those recycling and sustainability apps?
All right, yeah.
I heard there are apps that pay you for being environmentally conscious.
Well, they might not pay you directly for recycling, but they offer incentives for doing eco-friendly things.
Like what?
Rewards programs, discounts, things like that.
So it's more about encouraging people to make good choices than actually making a bunch of money.
Yeah, think of it as a bonus for helping the planet.
Okay.
There are apps like Recycle Bank, iRecycle, and Literati.
I've heard of Recycle Bank.
They encourage people to recycle, right? Reduce their carbon footprint and even join community cleanups.
That's really cool, using technology to make a positive impact.
It is. Now, one last category before we wrap up.
Yeah.
What about mystery shopping apps?
Mystery shopping. I've always wondered how that works.
It's like being an undercover agent for customer service.
Uh-huh, really?
Yeah, so you sign up with an app like Field Agent GigWalk or Easy Shift,
Okay.
and they give you mystery shopping assignments in your area.
So you pretend to be your normal customer.
Exactly. You go to different businesses and evaluate their service products or just the overall experience.
So I might have to make a purchase or ask certain questions.
Maybe. And you'd have to pay attention to specific things. Then you report back through the app.
That sounds kind of fun, actually.
It can be. And you get paid for it.
And you're helping businesses improve at the same time.
That's right.
So there you have it, folks. A deep dive into the world of online earning apps.
We've covered so much.
From surveys and freelancing to ride-sharing and even mystery shopping.
We even talked about getting paid to move.
It's amazing how many options there are these days.
It really is. Technology has made it so much easier for anyone to earn money on their own terms.
I know. I was really surprised by some of the things we talked about today.
Me too. It's inspiring to see all the creative ways people are using apps to make money.
Absolutely. So to everyone listening out there, we encourage you to explore these possibilities. Don't be afraid to try new things and see what works for you.
And who knows, maybe you'll come up with the next big earning app idea.
That's right. Be sure to check out our show notes for links to all the apps we talked about.
And thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of earning apps.
Until next time, happy earning, everyone.